Well, today we're going to unbox, and then we're going to set up on our new computer a Seagate Backup Plus hub. Why is it a hub? You'll see when we open it, there's a couple of ports on the front. Put another drive into it like a daisy chain, plug your phone into it. So we're going to spend a minute and look at that. That's one of the reasons I got it. It's 8 terabytes. It's a hard disk drive. 8 terabytes sounds like a lot. The computer I built has 3 terabytes built in. I needed a backup, and I want to begin to save all of my clips from my videos so I can kind of pick and choose and use them in the future if I need to. There's going to be software built in, a desktop software. We're going to take a look at that. There's also rescue data recovery. So it has a lot. I bought this at Costco several weeks ago, so it would have been in early February of 2022 for $129 US. So this is what it will look like. And as you could see, you could plug in tablets, whatever you need to. We'll plug into, and we'll see what that looks like when we do plug it into to the hub. It's supposed to be easy backup, and we'll also take a look at that. Not much else to really talk about here in the box, so let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, I can tell you it was really packed tight, so I didn't video the actual taking it out of the box, but that's all it was taking it out. So let's see what we've got in here. Got a couple of pieces of recyclable corrugated, which is always nice. And this is Rescue Data Recovery Services, which they provide. New Seagate drive includes rescue, world-class data recovery available if and when you need it. So that is nice to know. And here's the, I'm going to guess this is the setup. And it's really nothing. It's just a plug and play anyway. Shows the hub, shows you plugging in 2 items here, a phone and tablet in that particular case. Not much more to it at all, and there tells you a little bit about how to use the software that's on it, and which I'll show you that actually on the computer. And finally is this Adobe Creative Cloud Photo. Here it is. It's heavy. It's extremely heavy. But because it's 8 terabytes and a hard drive, I think you would expect that. So let's take a look here. We'll open it up and get it out of this. So this is kind of like a piano black. So I wouldn't have a reason to touch it much, so I won't get a lot of fingerprints on it except now. This is just a design grating here because that's solid underneath it. This has holes in it, so this would be the vent to allow to keep it cooled while you have it on. In the back we have a power where the power goes, and here would be I'm going to call it a proprietary, it may not be, connector for the USB that would go to the desktop computer that we built. And on the front here you could see we have 2 USB ports. Plastic is here, and on what I'll call the piano black finish there. Put that aside. And finally we have this which is obviously going to be the cord and the USB cable, the power cord and USB cable. And again, nice corrugated materials. I'll put those over here for recycling. And let's take a look at this. Oh, this is pretty long. So here is what I call a proprietary connector here, but it's a hard drive, USB hard drive connector. And you could see by the color here that this would be a USB 3 plug, so that's great. We do have USB 3 connectors on our new computer, as you would expect nowadays. So just a power cord, nothing special. It has the United States adapter to it, and this is where we show you plugged in. So that's everything that's in the box. Again, I can only tell you that this is a really heavy 8 terabyte drive inside. So you can see the product here. I'll pull it out a little bit. I've not yet plugged it in. I'm sorry, not plugged the power in, but I have plugged in the USB port in the back. And by the way, this is what my my back plate looks like in my connectors. And so where I have plugged it in is right here, and you can see by the color blue that that's a USB 3 port. So that is where it's plugged in to get the fastest speed that we can get. The only thing not plugged in, as I said, is the power. And so here's the 2 USB ports on the front, as you could see there. So what I'm going to do is once I get this plugged in, the power is still in the back. I haven't plugged it in. But once I get that plugged in and it connects, I'm going to hook up my phone via USB-C and this USB connector here. We'll see how it works. We'll see what the phone looks like once it's hooked up. And as you can see on the color here versus on my printer, that is in fact as piano black as I thought it was going to be. So we're set and we're ready to go ahead and take our next step, which is to power on our, and I'll let you we'll go ahead and we'll spend some time so you could see the software connection also, which you may find interesting. So here is the new Seagate Backup Plus outside the box and next to the computer. For any of you who didn't see my computer build, this is the computer here that you see from the front. If you remember, there is 2 RGB fans that we have in the front. And it's hard to see because there'll be a glare, but it's really nice inside. There's a lot of open space. So far, I'm really happy the way this is working. And you could probably see the CPU fan spinning there. And on the back, we have another large fan. And up on the top, we have 2 fans. Hello and welcome. So far, you've seen the simple unboxing, which is what we did. And I've hooked it up to the computer, except for the power. We're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in the power and let you watch as we set this up. And I'm going to go through at the same time the instructions just to make sure that everything is clear and crisp in these instructions. So here we go. And so as soon as I plug it in, I should get something that pops up telling me to follow their instructions. So that's what we're going to do. So here we go. I am now plugging in for the first time the power, and there it is. I have plugged in the power, and there's a little white light on the front of the Seagate hub. Okay, back again. So there was a small ding when I plugged it in, but nothing popped up. I had expected, or at least hoped, something would pop up. So here is the drive. You can see the drive here, and it shows that we have 7.25 terabytes free out of the 8 terabytes that are on that drive. So it shows the drive. As I said, I plugged it in. So I am going to open it. And here's Mac and here's Windows. So you can see Start Here Mac app and Start Here Windows. Then there's the warranty. So I am going to Start Here Windows because I have a Windows machine. Okay, the first step here, it's going to have me log in or to register the product. So I am going to do that, and I'll be right back to you. Okay, I registered it. I just had to put in my name and my email address, nothing more. So now where I am is next step is protect your data, get the most out of storage, etc. With Toolkit, I'm going to go ahead and download this. I believe this is the software that I need to do my backup plans, etc. And so install downloaded software after completing all steps. So I guess first I'm going to download it. It's a little bit confusing to me, but maybe not to you guys. So I did download. Let me go to my downloads here for a second. Next, enjoy the benefits of your new Seagate drive. It shows that we in fact did register it. We did click on the download of the toolkit, and we're not yet doing that. It says I can install the software now, so that is what I'm going to do. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and install the software. I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I have other Seagate products, so I think it's fine. And so you can see here that it is downloading. I'm sorry, it is installing. So Windows Defender, that's what I use for my firewall, is Windows Defender. Has blocked some features unless I want to allow it. I do want to allow it. Allow toolkit. I'm going to say I do want it to allow it. And I did it. And here I'm going to get the most out of my drives. I'm not going to do this. I'm gonna try quickly to get to how to back up my my files. So back up important files, restore or mirror. Of course, I'm not at the point of needing to restore any files, so I'll skip that. And you could create what they call mirror files. So as you can see here, create folders on your computer and drive that are mirrors of one another. And let me see what that says. I like that. I might do that particular one. Let me go back though and look at this one. Create a plan. I'm going to start with this one. And I want to make a custom plan and select what to back up. And you can see you could just pick files, personal files, etc., music, photos, videos. I have these all spread out over 3 hard drives on purpose. I have my photos on a particular drive. I have my videos on a particular drive. I have these kinds of files on another drive. So I mentioned I have 3 terabytes now, but it's 3 individual terabytes. So I'm going to go ahead and build a plan rather than just start backup. So if you click on advanced, you can come over here and you could pick what you want to update. So here's the 3 drives I have, the 3 terabytes. So for instance, the drive I have is F, is backup. It's mostly my music and photos. This one is, because I had made a minor mistake, has a combination of programs and also my videos. So I'm going to back up my videos only. And then on this particular one, which is called my F drive, where I have photos, music, let me see. I shouldn't have any programs, and I don't. So these are all photos, so I can back up that entire drive, and that will be a start. I also need to back up my Photoshop and several other things, but this is a start. Let me go to the C drive here. I think I want a few things here. So you could see how I'll come back and do this myself, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. And so far, it's actually rather simple to do this. So let me just put, I do not have any videos here. I don't think I wanted to back up my OneDrive. My OneDrive is a full terabyte. You know, maybe I will back up my OneDrive, so I always have that. I don't have any music there, no favorites. I don't really, I have a small Dropbox account. I guess I'll do that. I don't care about the downloads. Sometimes there's documents there. And that should do it. So let me go to next. And where to back up. And I said I wanted to back up here. And it says that that is going to take about 3/4 of a terabyte. Let me go to next and just see what's there. So this would be how often do you want to do it. Previously on several backup drives I did continuously. I'm going to go ahead and do this continuously, and we'll see what happens. Um, the other alternative I'm thinking of is just running it once a day, but I'm going to do it continuously. And now I get the option to go ahead and start my backup, so I'm going to do that. So it says my plan is created. Files will now be backed up, so it's happening right now, and I'm going to let it go. And I'll try to let you see it when I'm done, because I still need to do a couple of other things, and I do want to show you what happens when I plug in my phone later. I am back. I thought you might want to see here a couple of things. One is it is downloading right now, and as you can see, it says 5 days left to download all of this that it's going to download. As I said, it's right now, I think it's in the process of downloading close to 1 terabyte on the 3.2 drive. So I'll take a look and see how fast that's actually working. So here you could see my notifications, and what it's showing right now is it's showing the individual file that it's downloading, how big that particular file is, and it's from my OneDrive. It does it tells me that, so I can see what's going on there. Well, I thought you might enjoy seeing this. It's been just about 9 minutes, going on 10, since I started making these changes and backing up to the Seagate Plus drive. And so far we have almost 1.5 gigabytes that we've transferred. So I haven't done the math yet, but it feels and looks like it's going rather quickly as I watch these files transfer. So it's just going to take some time. So we'll be back to you and show you just a bit more so you can get a pretty good feel about how this works and what it does. Hello, I just want to give you a really quick update. It's been about 10 minutes now since I began the backup, the first backup on the Seagate drive. A couple of things to note. The drive is absolutely quiet. I thought I might hear some noises or feel some vibration, and frankly, I don't. But I know it's backing up because I see that so far we've used 1.5 gigabytes in the last 9 or 10 minutes or so, however long I've actually been doing this, as we begin to fill it up. So no noise, no vibration whatsoever from the drive. Everything is very quiet, and let's just let it do its thing, and we'll be back to you. Also, let's take a look here. I have my settings. let me go back here. So right now it's backing up the selected folders. I've made some minor adjustments to my continuous backup. So right now what I am backing up are my, primarily my videos, photos, music, and some backup files that I use for some programs. In addition, I do want to mention that the OneDrive backup was going to take forever. I guess because you're pulling it from the cloud, it was going very, very slow. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer my OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive over to this, but I'm going to do it in a more slow, meticulous way than I had been doing it. It was just, like I said, it was just very slow. So let me see if I could show you what I've got here so far. I am about to transfer my files from Photoshop Elements. So I'm in the process now of getting that ready. So right now, so far, I've transferred only a half a terabyte. So I'm not even close to anywhere where I'm going to be out of the 8 terabytes. And next step is I'll go ahead and I'll back up my Photoshop Elements. In addition, I do want you to know that I've made some changes. Okay, so here is where my Seagate backup is right this moment. I have the backup files from the toolkit program that's included, and it does just a fine job. There's the C, the D, and the F drives. The C, I have very selective pieces of data I'm moving over. D and F, I'm moving the whole drives because they really contain videos and photos and music. So that's where that is. That went just fine. YouTube videos, I just started putting them on for my YouTube channel. You can see so far I have 21 gigabytes in there, and that's one that will build up and be very large. So that's where I am right this moment. I'm going to continue to move this over, and I'll try to keep this video as short as I can, but I do want you to know that I am working on this, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. I've loaded some more files on here, so I continue to increase this. I'm starting to finally approach 1 terabyte, but I have a lot to add. I am going to right now plug in my phone to this USB drive on the hub, and let me see what happens. So it shows Pixel 6. Decide what happens. And so it does show that it's on the computer. Well, I'm finally doing the summary of my Seagate Backup Hub Plus. It's excellent. I've had it now just over a week. I've had it installed, and I wanted to make sure everything was working correctly. I did have to make a minor change in my BIOS that had nothing to do with the hub. Actually, what it did was I stopped the fast startup, which seems to have helped greatly in the speed of transferring files. So let me take you through a few things here concerning the hub. One is, here's where I am right now. I have GoPro files I'm putting on there for my camera. I have finally backed up my Photoshop Elements here, and it incrementally backs it up, which is great. That's what I wanted. Toolkit, I'll come back to in a second. So my YouTube videos, I have just started putting them on here. It looks like I'm up to about 61 gigabytes so far, and I'll continue to move them on. Photoshop Elements, by the way, I'm at, let's see what we got here. 49 gigabytes, and not much here probably. The GoPro files, it's empty right now. Uh, Toolkit. So you have to leave the name here, is at least what I found. And Toolkit has my backups in it, and here they are. So I have my C drive. I have a drive called the D drive and the F drive. So C drive is pretty much my one drive is on there. And I have a lot of backups from there. As a matter of fact, probably several hundred. Let me see if it shows. So 112 gigabytes from my OneDrive is on there so far. And so that's where I am on the C drive. On the D drive, that's a drive on an SSD I have, and I have videos there, and I put all of my videos on here now, and that has 260 gigabytes. And let me go to my F drive, and my F drive is mostly photos and music, and that one is not too much on it just yet. So here I have, let me get over here, and here we have another, let me go to properties, and looks like close to 300 gigabytes. So all in all, I'm about at 1 terabyte on the backup out of 8. So I'm going to be adding a lot, mostly because of the videos. This is something new that I hadn't seen, this archive, and it's because I have a piece of software that it's backing up a file on that software that is a backup. So I'll be doing a little bit more of that too. So that has gone well. This is the toolkit software that comes, and you could see it kind of keeps me going, updated 12 minutes ago, and I constantly get notifications, which I'm happy with, and it says I'm using about 1 terabyte, as I told you, so far. Backup, I have it on continuous, so if you remember, you could do a whole series of backups. It's really simple to do. You just go on here. I had already picked continuous, and once I do that, I just go in here and I pick the files or the drives that I want. I pick them, and after I do that, I click on Start Backup. If it's new. If not, it automatically is continually. So the other thing is the hub part of it. I do now charge my phone on it, and I do use it for some of my external USB drive. Do recommend it. It was easy to use. I do like the software. The toolkit software, I do like it. It's very good. And as you could see, it works just fine. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will promise you it's taking a lot of editing because I did so many small videos here to lead up to it. So thank you for watching as always.